high ground works out in the middle of the map. Not the middle high ground, but the 4 other patches. Because I think that could actually be really cool, whether aggressively or defensively. But never know how Hawk is going to play. He really favors that ultralisk heavy style, maybe rushing towards it. So if Ultra wants to play passively, then that could play into Hawk's hands. But something tells me he wants to play a little bit more aggressively. So let's get into our first game of our last series of the night between Hawk and Ultra.
So spawning on the bottom left location as a black, let's say black Zerg player, this is Mr. Hawk.
And his opponent in the bright neon, I guess that's magenta. I think magenta is still my favorite color for Terran. It's pretty great. Who's the player? Is it? I think it's Terror that always plays with magenta. So maybe that's why Ultra does it too.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he feels like this color have some secret Terran power.
It's his lucky charm, yeah. Well, Terror picks it, if I'm not mistaken, and Ultra just randomed it this time. But anyway, yeah, it's Ultra. South America, like we said, 3rd best Terran, but usually Dandy and Terror are so far above everybody else. Ultra is sort of the heir apparent, kind of trying to take over that Terran throne down in South America. So let's see how he can do against Hawk. Battle of North and South America, like I said earlier, but it's going to be exciting because not only is it a rematch of their 20K Zotac Cup match, but also it is just really exciting to watch Hawk, who is just a very strong American player, go up against Ultra, who really is here to rep his region.
Yeah, this is matchup. This is also a rematch from the game 1 when Ultra did 8 racks and won against Hawk. So
oh yeah, that's true.
So it's definitely like, look at that. Hawk already adjusted to that, and he's starting from the spawning pool because he's afraid of being 8 racked. So this is how psychology works in the StarCraft. Even in the practice games against some opponents, you have to go for the cheese build, because otherwise they will never be afraid of you going for cheeses, and your normal strategy will not be that effective. So yeah, Ultra did good job in the first game, and now he will start the second series with a slight opening advantage.
Yeah, he's going to start not only this series with a slight opening advantage, but he's also going to be, as the series goes on, maybe a little bit more prepared, because now he's played against this guy once already. He's going to play against him in this game, and then also have another shot in game 2. So we'll see how this goes, because for Ultra, I would usually characterize this guy as having a pretty aggressive play style. Maybe not cheesy, but we've already seen him try that proxy racks. So yeah, really, Hawk has to consider that Ultra might be here to play very, very aggressively. But at least right now, he just looks like a standard 1 racks expo.
Yeah, it looks totally normally. So first game he played very aggressively. Now he's just playing like peacefully, I would say, but I don't think he's doing that. But yeah, he don't want to risk anything right now. I mean, there is also different approach when you are playing best of 1 and when you are playing best of 3, because best of 3 for me it's a little bit easier to deliver on best of 3, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's always a lot to process when you have to think to yourself, wait a second, who's going to, or like how are we going to handle the best of 3? Like, are you going to cheese game 2 just because you won game number 1? Which maps are we going to pick? It's definitely a different situation. So yeah, let's keep an eye on how what each player is prioritizing. For Hawk, he is just teching all the way up there. Speed, lair, about to finish up. And can he deny the scout? Oh, yep, gets it. So yeah, no high ground. He even had a drone blocking the ramp. So definitely wanting to deny Ultra any extra information.
Yeah, but Ultra very smartly scouting with the SCV, because these days Zergs are liking to hide the third expansion relatively early, and Ultra wants to know where it is, so he's already scouting it for it. So that's a good choice, but this time Hawk decided not to go for it. He's decided to go for even quicker Mutalisk, because this is as quick Mutalisk as in ZVZ, because this is after 12 pull.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. So he is really 2-hatch muting very, very effectively. So let's see if this can deal any damage, because if you look on the other side, we are going bio. It's 2 racks. Well, obviously, you're adding the second racks on now, but there's still only like a single-digit number of Marines out here. There's what, 4 or 5? Okay, so he's got 3 in the bunker and then 4, 5 outside. So yeah, still single digits, but obviously we're gonna hit 10 right about now. But it's gonna be interesting to see what he uses his first academy units for. Is it gonna be just double medic? Is there a fire bat in there? Yeah, that can really change whether or not you're able to fight against mutas, obviously.
Yeah, I think medics are a better option because you can gather more energy where you build them. But overall, I think that this academy is relatively late. Look at that, he will just start Steam right now, and I don't think, like, yeah, he's not even starting Steam. So until he will have a range for them for the Marines, it will be like, it will take forever until he will have this range. So Hawk will have pretty big window, timing window to deal some damage with these Mutalisks.
Yeah, he's also going to be going for that style where you just build infinity Mutalisks all the time. Already starting that carapace up kind of preemptively. So he's going to build up a decent amount of mutas. I don't think he's going to wait for that carapace to finish, but certainly when it does, he'll be very scary, especially with his third base coming up on location.
Oh yeah, this is a base which is harder to defend than this 6-ish o'clock, because this one is having 2 entrances and this on 6 o'clock would have only 1 to defend. But I think still, for now, Hawk for the next 2 or 3 minutes he will keep UltrA at home with this Mutalisks.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of gatekeep him here in the front. There is enough turrets. Like UltrA is not so bad that he just misses his timing here and dies or something like that. Which definitely happened to an unnamed Terran player in the ACS qualifiers today. I'm not gonna say who, but it was a little bit of a tragedy. Either way, oh man, ooh, I don't want to fly over those Marines. That was perfectly positioned bio ball by UltrA in the back of his main base.
Yeah, but and there is still like not even the range for the Marines is not even halfway done, but Hawk somehow is decided to drone up in his third base until he will start to do anything with this Mutalisk. So maybe he is just waiting for the carapace until starting marking, because this carapace is like this. The timing of the carapace is similar to the timing of the range for the Marines.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that you kind of need to whittle down the number of Marines, because eventually this ball will be big enough to where your Terran opponent can like push out on the map, and that's when things start to get scary. Because I mean, even if you do have carapace, you got to be able to stop that. So especially when your third base is on location instead of, you know, a macro hatchery in between.
I'm just thinking that maybe it was really actually really smart to go for 12 pull, because look at the economy of Hawk right now. He forced so many turrets so early on Hawk that he's only producing Marines from 3 barracks. Of course, now this bio ball will be huge, and you are right. He should like somehow make it lower, the number of these Marines. Somehow.
Yeah, I mean that's the question, right? So let's see. He does have a full control group, and now with that carapace, but he's just taking so much damage every time he tries to micro in here. He's using the Zerglings actually super effectively to draw the Marine bio out there, getting some really good connections there, but still starting to lose mutas.
So Rapid, I wanted to ask you, if they are playing South America versus North America, there is no lag, right? Oh, there is some latency problems.
Well, it's Peru, so if you have a really good Peru and Chile, either one, they're both like way South America. So yeah, there's gonna be like some latency, but it's not gonna be bad. Like they're gonna maybe get like, I don't know, turn rate 20 medium.
Oh, so that's fine. That's fine. So Hawk can micro with this mutas. He can blame the lag, right?
Yeah, I'd say probably they're getting like turn rate 16, like low latency, but I don't know. I'm not the expert. I haven't been back to America in years. So it's been a while, but here we go. Choosing to run across the map to attack the main instead of confronting this bio ball. There's only one sunken here, and there's 2 idle mutas. 3 idle mutas. If he loses these mutas for free, that'd be bad, bad, bad. But Lurkers just now finishing up. There's the scan. First couple of spikes come out. They actually get really good connections. The mutas come back, and you should actually be able to watch this. Yeah, cleaning it up.
Very nicely cleaned up, and now Hawk is already having the Defiler attack. He's having the Carapace. No Carapace, the Evolution Chamber to start the Carapace. So his stack, look how quickly the stack is. It's not even 10th minute and he's already having Defiler mount in the game. So it's crazy quick stack from him.
Yeah, I really like the use of Lurkers to defend there. A lot of times you will just see either mass sunkens or extra mutas, but Hawk was so confident that he would have the Lurkers out just in time that he was able to defend. So even though he scanned and lost those Lurkers, and it sucks to lose Lurkers like that, look at that. Now he can get across the map and actually be really aggressive with these Carapace mutas, taking out a bunch of turrets, carving open the space.
And buying even more time for yourself, and it's perfect for him now, because now he can deal damage with this Mutalis, because the Lurkers can defend him at home, so he don't have to be afraid that now the counter attack is coming and he will die to it.
He's killing a lot of SCVs here. Even the Marines that are left back at home to defend can't really do anything. But let's see if this Bio Ball can do it, because this is really, Ultra's putting a lot of hope in being able to make it in, but Lurkers are pretty good at defending against that.
Yeah, very nice macro from, and he lost only 3 mutas right now, so this was definitely great damage by the mutas. And look at the drones to the SCV's number. I looked 1 minute away and it was like 15 SCV advantage for Ultra, but now suddenly there is a even number of peons working.
Yeah, really catching up a lot thanks to that excellent harassment. Hawk actually, that's definitely testing the guts, that's a polite way to put it, of the player. Hawk kind of had to clench a little bit on that one, because if you get busted there, obviously you take a ton of damage. But on the other side, if you're able to use your mutas to deal a lot of damage, then at least that's pretty good. So Hawk's in a pretty good spot right now, even on workers, and he still kept most of his mutas alive. But this is a very big bio ball pushing forward, and if he can split it well enough and maybe glitch the lurker micro or attacks off on some stray medics or something, I don't know. We'll see if he can bust this. It's not the widest gap to try to bust through.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a vessel or a radiator or anything.
And maybe with +1 armor upgrade he would be able to do it, because then the Lurkers would have to shoot 3 times to the Marine, but still it's really hard, especially that the Defiler already have a consume.
I thought he was spreading to get ready to stim in there. I think he does not want to attack up that ramp into the third base, but you can actually come up the up. Whoa.
Oh, at least one. Yeah,
well yeah, he did snipe that one. I think that's pretty much mission accomplished. Like, sure, he'll have one vessel, but it's almost okay. Now it has irradiate energy, and that makes it a lot scarier.
Yeah, now the mutas will no longer be that effective, but they can be always used to defend some drops or something like that, or kill the vessels after they will be plagued. Oh, and Ultra found a gap. There is no defense over there from this direction.
Wow, there really isn't. He burrows the lurker, but even that's going to go down pretty quickly in theory. Oh, Dark Swarm at the last second.
Yeah.
Absolutely clutch.
Oh, he will snipe the vessel again.
Absolutely worth it once again. How many vessels we got out on the map? Oh, it's 2 just back at home. Needs to bring those across the map, because that is the only way he's going to break one of these bases, if he has that high ground vision, detection, and irradiate.
Rapid, but there is 7 Ultra Disc in production. This is 6.
Ooh.
Oh, this is sick. Yeah, with +1
I really like that. They do, and he's also going to get, obviously, speed along with that. Hawk really likes this Ultra play. He thinks that if you can get to Ultras reasonably quickly, then they're the way to go. Whereas a lot of other players will either stay on mutas for a really long time, trying to snipe another vessel, but Taking a lot of damage. Oh, there's the irradiate. Oh, split.
Oh, splitting
No!
his heart. Oh, okay, goodbye, Mutas.
Yeah, he loses almost every single Mutalisk. He only has 2 left, and they're at very, very low HP. And so now, all of a sudden, Ultra. It is very scary.
And this is a perfect moment to kill the Mutalisks because the 2 dropships, 4 dropship drop is coming, but look at the ground army from Hawk. How Ultra will ever kill that without vessels?
Yeah, what I meant to say was Ultras are very scary. Haha!
Oh, yeah.
See what I did there?
Exactly, and both are the winners
Yes,
right now.
surprisingly, 3 Carapace Ultras do not take damage, and when they have Dark Swarm, they take actually no damage. Well, except from irradiate and stuff. But you definitely don't want to be irradiating right now. Oh, Scourge on the vessel, but a Doom Drop coming into the main. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. Perfectly positioned Scourge, but 2 dropships make it in. They are full of bio, ready to kill off this tech and drones.
Yeah, this is definitely a very nice drop, but if there would be 4 dropships, it would have definitely much more potential to deal damage. And oh, I thought that Hawk will not be able to make this swarm, but he did it, so it's defended relatively well without losing basically anything beside mining time.
Yeah, I don't think he even needed the Dark Swarm. I guess technically, yeah, sure, it does actually help, but he kills off everything. The dropships, only 2 survive. All the bio's gone. Well, obviously the stuff back at home. And he definitely needs to maybe pull these Ultras back, yeah, because you don't want to waste that. Wait for this next 1-1 to finish up. But Hawk is in such a good position.
And this army composition is so rich. It's Defiler, Lurkers, Ultralisks. GG from Mr. Ultra. Whoa. Nice revenge. Very nice revenge.
Yeah, that's actually so sick to watch that. Because you could see that Hawk had a super good plan. His mutas were gonna, like, not even harass. He didn't really do much with the mutas. He waited until that carapace kicked in. And I think a lot of Zergs are more scared of being busted by the bio push, but he defended with like 1 sunken, and then he defended just barely until lurkers got out, and they burrowed perfectly in the nick of time and defended the natural. Hawk's kind of living on a prayer, but he is halfway there to making it to the next round. All he has to do is win 1 more game.
Yeah, and the map will be Crossing Field. So it's a very interesting map, and I'm wondering why Ultra would ever pick that map for TVZ. But maybe this map has some pluses for TVZ too, and which I don't see.
Yeah, I also am wondering about what those pluses could possibly be. I mean, I guess that's going to be the only way to keep Ultra in this tournament. I will say I am biased for Hawk, not only because I met him and he's a super cool dude, not only because he's from my state, but also because it is almost 7 a.m. here. So I've been up for just about 24 hours at this point, and
oh, that's really impressive. And I'm really thanking you, Mr. Rabbit, for doing that.
Don't thank me yet. I could still totally fall apart here in the last few games.
And no one will blame you. No worries. But I wanted to ask you why it's like already 7, because like the change of the time zone, right? Before compared to the previous BSL.
Yeah, so it's an hour later than it used to be. It used to be from around 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. and that was like, you know, okay. But now we're going into extra innings here, especially because the opening rounds are usually a little bit long. But no worries. At least I have my fabulous BSL computer monitor here that I can watch all the games on. And we've got our fabulous Planet BSL behind us. And of course, all of the people watching in chat too. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Watching tonight, had almost 500 viewers at one point. So really, really cool to see so much support for BSL this season.
Yeah, and everyone should remember that tomorrow we will have Group C and D. So there will be casts too, and next week too. So there will be like 3 days of round of 24. Then we will go for round of 16. And it should be a little bit easier for Mr. Rabbit because it will be only 1 group a day.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, I don't need it to be harder for me, that's for sure. So, yes, please. Anyway, we can actually go ahead and get into the next game. It is going to be Crossing Field. Hawk is 1 game away from advancing on to the round of 16. Let's see if Ultra can stop him.
Alright, so starting on the top left location as a blue Terran, we are having directly from Chile, Mr. Ultra.
That's right. I'm glad you don't say Chile, because that's the way a lot of Americans pronounce it. I'm like, no, it's not Chile, it's Chile. Anyway, his opponent from America is Hawk 222. I asked him why he made his ID Hawk 222. I forget, he told me a story. It's either that there's some deep story behind it or that he just typed random numbers. I can't remember, but he did tell me. I just can't remember what he told me. Anyway, so Hawk is up 1-0. He's got this kind of funky fresh style where he relies on pretty sharp timings, and then it uses ultras as his win condition. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, but Ultra on the other hand, I want to see him go for something a little bit cheesier after that. Proxy Rax did so much damage to Hawk. I think maybe now's the time to go back to it.
Yeah, but also about the nickname of Mr. Hawk, this 222 looks like ZZZ, so if he wants, he can make just Hawk ZZZ and it will look similar and he will be in the best team in the world. So.
That's right, ZZZ clan. I got a chance to meet some of the fabulous members of the ZZZ clan while I was in Poland, so can confirm they're a pretty good clan.
So yeah, so Mr. Rapid met Zach, the founder of ZZ team. People who are there, who are from Poland, everyone knows Zach because he is known personality in our Networks family.
That's right. I believe he gave me some Polish Tylenol, which is like super extra strength and killed my headache a few days ago. So.
Yeah, oh, you sent me a picture of that, right?
Yeah. I was like, this is really kicking in. I'm glad I met ZZZ team to save me from my headaches. But anyway, to talk about the I guess kind of games themselves. Today, I would say they've been overall pretty weird, but these two guys tend to play pretty standard. It seems like Ultra really likes getting this One Rax Expo off. It's a little bit greedy, not insanely, and especially when he has the scout, he knows exactly what to expect. Certainly that there's no back expo.
Oh yeah, you are right. But now I realize why Ultra chose this map. Because first game he won this map and he surprised Hawk, so he wanted to choose the same map to make Hawk think that he will do the same thing. Maybe this was the mindset behind it.
The mind games, I like it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You could also choose this map because it has the safe back expo, which is something that Terrans can struggle if they're taking a lot of pressure. The downside is that that's also kind of easy to harass with mutas. There's also some high ground near the natural expo that you can use mutas off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one nice thing about this map is that every base has gas on it, so that's usually pretty good for Zerg.
But it's pretty weird that on the map where you can have free expansions, you are going for the very fast layer tech as Hawk. But yeah, he's still going to take this third base. So it will be probably some fast mutalis. It's hard to say to me. Oh, nice block.
I'm guessing.
Ooh, didn't work.
Ooh, that's a flash SCV right there.
Oh,
Just squeezes through everything. I'll never forget. It was Flash versus Shine in the ASL finals, and Shine's trying to pull out his bag of builds to just take a game off of Flash. He's going for this one hatch lurker build on like circuit breakers or something. He blocks the ramp to his main with a drone, and it's a 1 unit wide ramp. So the drone just blocks it. SCV comes up and Flash like attacks, micros backward, and like glitches the SCV through like just barely on the side, scouts the one hatch lurker and just like wins the game. And I'm just like, come on. It's a little bit unfair. So I'm glad to see that some of those Flash genes are alive and well in Ultra here. He's even got the second scout already out on the map, ready to check out what's going on.
So Flash SCVs are like this buses, autobus in Harry Potter, which got thinner when he was going to crash with the other cars, right?
Yeah, SCVs are the night
like
bus
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Harry Potter SCVs. Give me more of those. I don't know if SCVs need to be any better than they already are, but they certainly have that power for sure.
Okay, so the first expansion from Hawk, from Ultra is already up and running. He's adding comsat station over there, and it looks like it will be normal 5 racks. Already there are 3, and he's already starting to add some turrets because Hawk made so quick Mutalisks that Ultra is afraid that he will be dead to it. But it's only 4 Mutalisks, and then after that he's making drones, so it's not all in fast Mutalisk. It's some kind of economical variant of the Mutalisk he did in the previous game.
Yeah, I mean, he is still getting that carapace, but I think he might be a little bit more cautious this time around because he saw how willing Ultra was to just straight up bust him. So you can see now there's 3 Sunkens, they're pre-morphing, so he is already a little bit worried about this bio ball that's out of the map. And he definitely does not want to fight this heads up with mutas for sure. But he is keeping them back just in case, although maybe use them to scout a little bit and find out where that bio ball is, because it is in a scary dark place and you do not know whether it's going to come down that back ramp.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's why I think Hawk is afraid and he's keeping all this Mutalisks close to home. Oh, and he's already having the Hillrays then, so it's nicely done.
Yeah, man, nobody takes faster than Hawk. This guy is on a what do you call that? Speed run to Hive. He's definitely trying to put the pedal to the metal and get up the tech tree, but he needs to also not die. So first of all, range and +1 is not done. Obviously, +1's not done, but range is the big kicker here. And it also means these mutas are going to be pretty effective until that finishes.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny that he made so quickly 6 Mutalisks and now he's doing all the tech he needs. Like, he's going for the Hive, he's going for the Hydralisks. Like, he's playing against environment, just like you said in the first game.
Yeah,
right?
PvE. Well, he also built 4 Sunkens, so that's a little bit expensive, especially because you have to spend drones on that. But I wonder if Ultra's okay with being able to just stand back, get all the way up the tech tree himself. He's throwing out Starport right now. Maybe take a 3rd expo at that back base. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Hawk is really getting up the tech tree. And if you let them get all those Ultra upgrades, that can be like more valuable than just having vessels out pretty quickly.
Yeah. So 4 barracks for Ultra, so he's not going for the 5th one because he decided to go for the quicker starport, quicker radiate, and I like this choice, especially that Hawk is going for such a quick Hive that the irradiate or dropships is necessary thing to have if you want to fight against Zerg who is playing this. But quick Hydralisk, this is a new thing. We didn't have that earlier, right?
Yeah, I would also like to point out that Ultra is researching optical flare, so that's kind of interesting. You almost never see that. It's only really used against like 1-hatch lurker builds, and then sometimes you can optical flare like queens or mutas or whatever, but I'm not really sure I've ever seen that used like super effectively, you know?
Actually, what is it? Like, I don't know, what is it? Is it blind? No.
Yeah, it's the blind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this
so
is the yeah. Okay, so I didn't know this is what it's called. Optical flare. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had to look at it because it's almost the same as the icon for Metasynaptic Node for Queens. So I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? But yeah,
oh,
so
he canceled that.
Okay, all right. I was wondering if he was like faking it out or something. I was like, no, maybe it's just like an accidental misclick, as opposed to the on-purpose misclicks.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's been a long day, guys. So anyway, this is the big move out from Ultra. He's got, he's already got +1 done for his bio. He's got a few tanks in there with it. A very, very, scary push, and now all the mutas that were running around the bottom side of the map are gonna have to come all the way back. Just kidding, they're morphing into Guardians.
Oh, where are they? Oh, 6 Guardians already, and look at that, he's already having the Lurkers to defend against this Bio Ball, so the Guardians will be able to deal a lot of damage probably, and even if he will have to, they will help him defend, and this hero is already having +1 carapace, so if the Lurkers will burrow in perfect position, I think Hawk can win in both fronts.
Let's see, he needs to buy time for the Guardians to morph. They're done. Dun, 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 dun. Moving across the map, they are very, very, very
But there is so much bio. Oh my god.
So much bio. The Lurkers are a little bit stacked up. They are starting to fall off here. There's a Guardian morphing just like straight up there. But watch, the Guardians are going to come in at the perfect time, sandwiching the bio against the Lurkers on the high ground. Guardians going to town, even
so
though
close.
everything on the ramp dies. The Guardians are starting to really kill everything. I said starting to really kill everything because it does take them a while, but in the end, they will get the job done. And even with these reinforcements coming, okay, he needs to save the Guardians. That's important. Oh no, if he loses these Guardians, that would obviously be tragic, but the Hydras will come back, save the Guardians, and Ultra just gets slapped.
But look how hard it is to kill these Guardians. They are having 2 basic armor and +1, which means it's +3 armor. That's why the Marines are having such a hard time dealing with them.
Yeah, Marines are not what you use to kill Guardians traditionally. Usually you're going for like Goliaths, you irradiate them, something like that. But yeah, there's still 5-6 Guardians left over, and the Remax on the Lurkers, well not max, but like he's increasing his army supply, replenishing his army supply with Lurkers, Hydras, Bears, oh my, there's no Guardians, there's a couple of Wraiths here, but there's plenty of Hydras underneath.
Is it the build which Shiny did against Mong? I think this is very similar.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that one. I think it's similar. I don't think it's exactly the same, but
yeah,
it does remind me of that for sure.
Oh wow, and this is very good damage dealt by Mr. Hawk. In the same time, he's taking the 4th expansion, so it's not like he's all-inning with that. But it's very interesting that he's able to macro so many units only from 3 hatcheries so far, so...
Yeah.
It doesn't look that this is too many hatcheries, but he's able to do such a good day.
Oh, he's gonna snipe the Rays! Oh, he missed
Last
one Rays,
second.
gets it cloaked at the last second. Yeah, just like you said. So Zerg can't scan. They do need Overlords. Where's the next Overlord? He actually oh yeah, there it is. All right, never mind. So he kills all the Rays. There's still 3 Guardians left. I don't think he's got any more mutas to morph more Guardians. So he needs to suicide in to kill these Guardians. He's gonna get one of them with just the bio, but everything else is gonna die here. And only 2 Guardians remain for him to pick off those tanks in the back.
Yeah, 2 Guardians is not too much, but the Hylias are having +1 carapace almost. So it's very hard to... Yeah, the raids should help. There's only like basically 1 Guardian left. One have only 9 HP. So
but in the meantime, Hawk is expanding to the 1 o'clock base. Needs to get that up and running at the very least. Losing the Guardians kind of sucks because now what do you do against the tanks? But he is going to maybe snipe another Wraith. Okay, he's getting in there. Oh, gets a 2nd Wraith. Nope, can't quite get it. Can't lose these Overlords.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, gets the Wraith.
It looked easy, but it isn't.
Man, Ultra still hasn't expanded to his back base. He's doing all of this on just a 2-base economy, and he's starting to almost mine out his main. Several of those patches have like 200-300 minerals left on them.
Yeah, you are right. And yeah, it seems like it is very easy base to take, but on the other hand, he was under such a big pressure that he didn't have time to do it.
Yeah. Imagine you don't cancel Optical Flare and you blind like the Broodlords or something. That'd be dope. Oh, actually, somebody said that in chat too. Haha! Great minds.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that would be smart.
I really like to see weird stuff used, so I would love to see that.
Yeah, and he have 2 medics, so he would be able to blind these detectors. You're right. That would be very smart.
A tiny ranged attack to it too, so you don't have to get like super up close. Huh. Well, anyway, the Guardians are pretty much dead. I don't think he made any more. Yeah, so those are gone. But Ultras are already almost done. I don't know if he has chitinous yet. Probably not. But they are going to be really, really strong. And I mean, he still has a bunch of lurkers, and you're not going to be able to like siege.
Yeah, he had already. He already had 4 carpace. So these ultras are already almost upgraded. It's like 70% of the speed done. So with this ultra, I don't see that ultra army will win the engagement against Hawk. I don't know how, but like this upgraded, well upgraded ultras are so good.
Well, let's see if he can stall long enough. Here come the ultras, and yes, they are pretty darn good. These are only,
my God.
I guess they are +2 Marines, but they don't last very long.
Yeah, and 5 tank stacks, so they can even shout to the ultra list, and ultra is sending more reinforcements, which yeah, GG, good luck. So very good money from Mr. Ultra, but congratulations to Hawk. Whoa.
Wow, that is pretty impressive. GG. And that's going to do it. Hawk with a 2-0 to advance on to the round of 16 in BSL.
Yeah, and... Oops. We're back.
I am. Sorry, one last crash before the game, or before the day is done.
Yeah, so day is done, and we have already 8 players in the round of 16, right?
I just phased in like the Doctor on Deep Space Nine. I'm a hologram. I just teleported
you just
right into
teleported
my
into the
BSL casting chair. Yeah. So, what's the schedule like? We have 3 more weeks of the round of 16. So we do this week, then next weekend, and the weekend after that, and then round of 24.
Yeah. So we